I started stammering while I would talk.
Thinking, oh, I wasn't enough.
For a guy who was a performer and have been on the stage for a long, long time, I started stammering while I would talk.
You ask yourself, at what point did I falter as a person, or at what point did we falter as a unit?
When I got dumped, I felt really unworthy. I felt like I was so easily replaceable. But that's what breakups do. They give us truckloads of insecurities. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in this episode of How I Dealt With It, a podcast about breakups and all the mess around it. And in this episode, we are going to be talking about insecurities after a breakup, how they are completely normal, and how we can actually handle them better. I am Divyani Rattanpal. If my name seems too complicated, you can just call me Divyani or D. So guys, let's just begin the program. कार्यक्रम शुरू करते हैं in 3, 2, 1. Divyanshu Malhotra usually develops scripts. But when his breakup happened, he started developing insecurities. Massive insecurities.
I started stammering while I would talk. I could not talk to people. I could not look at people in the eye. Because of the level of insecurities of the level of, am I even good at conversations? Am I even good at the so to say responsibilities of being a man?
Okay, so Divyanshu is the creative lead at Yuva, a digital platform. He is very, very open about his feelings. He's very open about how his breakup affected him. And if you ask him how breakups can make you insecure, here's what he says.
It was totally being triggered by the breakup because I was living in a bubble before that, to be very honest. I mean, I had seen a share of struggles in terms of career, but I was living in a bubble. What the breakup did to me was, it actually, as I'm saying, it got me to ground zero, and everything started from there. One very important part of the insecurities is also when you start seeing the other person happy.
Yeah.
That just, oh man, it just kills you.
For me, I think the problem is that I'm like, if I'm sulking, if I'm unhappy, why is this person so happy?
Exactly. And then there are levels of questions. Here, मैं दुखी हूँ. This person is happy. इसका मतलब I was never such an important person. Probably वो उसकी Insta picture है जो happy है. वो happy नहीं है. Probably उस Instagram picture से जो likes आएंगे वो उसको happy करेंगे. वो picture में happy है नहीं है.
And especially I think I am a serial laugh faker because like all my photos are so happy, but ये नहीं पता कि 10 मिनट उससे पहले मैं रो रही थी.
Yeah.
So it's very instinctive for me to just smile at the camera, but that doesn't mean I'm happy.
Exactly. To laugh and to be happy are completely different emotions altogether.
Yeah.
And we just start thinking कि यार ये इतना बंदा खुश कैसे, ये बंदे ने लाइफ में ये क्यों नहीं मेरे साथ बोतलें तोड़ रहा, मेरे को हमारे म्यूचुअल फ्रेंड्स के थ्रू ये क्यों पता लग रहा है कि the other human is already on Tinder. अरे मैं तो अभी तक उस दुख दर्द में हूँ. वो इंसान ब्रेकअप के 6th स्टेज पे कैसे आ गया जब मैं 2nd स्टेज पे फंसा हूँ. तो वहां से इनसिक्योरिटीज और बढ़ जाती हैं बिकॉज देन क्योंकि आप अपने आप को इक्वल मानते हो. द डिनायल वी वांट टू स्टे इन इज ब्रेकअप जब हुए ना वो म्यूचुअल हुए.
There's no such thing as a mutual.
Yeah. That's
on one person and then they have to be mutual about it.
Exactly. That's the biggest denial we stay in. कि हाँ म्यूचुअल ही था. Then you're like, अरे अगला इंसान का तो 2 हफ्ते में एंगेजमेंट हो गया तो म्यूचुअल कैसे था?
Okay guys, so quick question. Do you compare yourself to your ex's new partner? Don't worry. You are not alone. I think a lot of us do it. And I asked Devanshu, he's also done it. So I think we are all guilty of it. तुम करते हो ये कि like you start comparing yourself with the other person that your ex-partner is now seeing?
Oh yeah, why not? I think I've had 3 serious relationships before. I mean, what I have now. So I've had like 3 of them, and 2 of them are married. One of them has a kid, and one of them is engaged. So it's all there, and like सब set है अपने life में. And मैं हर अपने ex partner के partner को बोलता हूँ यार इसमें क्या है? Because you just want to think कि यार मेरे को क्यों छोड़ दिया? Because that is where you try to find the little bit respect in that relationship कि अरे मैं so there are 2 sides to it. एक question कि मैं काफी नहीं था क्या? Second is also jealousy. कि I mean, why is the other person with that person? What was the problem here?
Yeah, or do you also feel that you're in some way lacking something and that partner is better than you?
Yeah, why not? I mean, and then there are obvious points for it, and then there are made up points for it. कि आप वो फोटो देखते हो अपने एक्स पार्टनर की किसी और पार्टनर के साथ, उनके करंट पार्टनर के साथ, आप उस फोटो में पीछे एक 10-15 अच्छे से फैंसी फेरी लाइट्स लगे हुए देखते हो और फैंसी टेबल्स देखते हो और एक फैमिली की फोटो देखते हो और आप कहते हो यार ये तो मुझसे ज्यादा अमीर है. या फिर आप वो फोटो देखते हो, आप देखते हो कि यार इस टी शर्ट के अंदर तो इस बंदे के एब्स हैं यार. आई थिंक दैट इज द रीजन. या फिर आप उनकी पिक्चर देखते हो ऑन अ ट्रिप, वो एक पहाड़ के ऊपर है, एंड देन यू लाइक कि यार ये बंदा शायद मुझसे ज्यादा एडवेंचरस है, ये फ्रीलांसर है, मैं तो जॉब में फंसा हूँ, इसके पास तो ज्यादा टाइम है. यू जस्ट ट्राई टू रिड्यूस ऑल थियोरीज टू थिंक हाउ द अदर पर्सन इज बेटर देन यू, बिकॉज हम इंस्टेंट कंपैरिजन में आ जाते हैं. We don't think and we don't realize that our ex-partner, as a human, just like you, is also growing up in life and probably realizing that yes, at 23, they would have wanted a Joshila theater artist to be a partner, and at 27, when they've kind of become a little mature in life, that is not where they see their life going.
Okay, so here's what we have established till now. That insecurities are pretty normal, that a lot of us have them. Actually, I think all of us have them. And also, what we have learned is that as any normal human, it is just okay to accept that you are feeling insecure and that a breakup is a perfectly legitimate trigger to trigger your insecurities. But देखो हम हैं तो इंसान ही. We keep looking for these false metrics or these false competitions in which we feel better than our ex or our ex's partner.
I've done stupid random shit like googling my ex's name and seeing कि हाँ इसकी photos Google पे आ रही है, इसकी 3 आ रही है first page पे, मेरी 7 आ रही है, मैं ज्यादा famous हूँ. Okay, bye. Like random ego boosts you want.
Emotions are anyway so complicated. And I think movies and songs and series, they just end up complicating them even more. Like for example, in the case of insecurities, एक तो वैसे ही breakup तुम्हें इतनी insecurities देता है, and plus songs and movies, they end up making sure that you replay these insecurities in your head again and again and again. Remember that line from Adele's song, Someone Like You? I guess she gave you things I didn't give to you. Okay, clearly I am not Adele, but you guys get the point, okay? She says, I guess she gave you things I didn't give to you. Insecurity level 101. When I asked screenwriter Sulagna Chatterjee what she thinks is the impact of cinema on our own insecurities, here's what she said.
Yes, I think it makes us slightly more dramatic. when we are going through things, because at least this is true for me. Like the moment I'm going through a heartbreak or a breakup, I would actually, instead of listening to happy songs, I would rather listen to a Tune Jo Na Kaha, Main Wo Sunta Raha, and a Ye Duriya, and I'm like, okay, this song is made for me. Cinema and entertainment has been the main reason why most of the people, actually, art for that matter, has been the main reason why people romanticize pain, people romanticize tragedy, people romanticize any kind of melancholy.
But does that mean we have no control over our insecurities? Does that mean we should allow them to run helter skelter and just make a mess out of our lives? No, guys, absolutely no. We need to learn how to maintain our insecurities because they're always going to be there, okay? We just need to curb them so they do not mess up with our minds. That's exactly what musician and LGBTQ rights activist Sukhneed Kaur says. Sukhneed was brave enough to tell me and admit that she too has her fair share of insecurities, and that was brought upon by the fact that she was cheated upon many times in her relationships. But she works consistently to get rid of them. And I really, really appreciate this thing about her. Sukhneed has ensured that she has a very strong, emotional, solid core that remains undefeated and undeterred by what anybody thinks about her or by how anybody treats her.
I would say if I see insecurities in a relationship, they definitely, I have trained myself to do this, and it is to, not look at it in the narrow way that we see insecurities, but to take a step back and look at them in a much larger context. So, for example, if someone cheats on me, which has happened a bunch of times, there's that one layer of me that is absolutely, distraught and, horrified and just all of those negative things, and unable to even rationally, take stock of the situation and just, thinking, oh, I wasn't enough. And the other person then had to go and seek somebody else. That's one part of me. And that insecurity in the beginning always, it's always there. You're a human. I'm not like very zen and I'm not very evolved with my inner self, with my, relationship with my inner self. But I always make it a point to, as I said, take a step back and look at it objectively. I studied in college, in my psychology textbooks, that when people cheat on you, it's not very often about you as a person, but about them as a person. And I don't mean this in a, sarcastic, rude, curt way, but it's just how we are kind of built as people.
So when you were feeling insecure about being cheated on, did you let that affect your self-esteem in any way?
Again, I feel like that's the initial reaction, yes. Because, was the other person more attractive or far more engaging than I am, or, maybe they just have like a better dynamic with the other person that I could never have, even though I tried to cultivate it, even though we tried to cultivate it. All of those things are initially there, obviously. And, but again, as I said, I make it a point to not let it have a long-term effect on my self-esteem.
I think the truth is that when something ends and we think that we have failed, we will end up feeling insecure. There's no two ways about it. But still, we should try our level best to rise above them. And it's a daily process, guys. For example, in my case, there are days when I feel really insecure because of something that somebody had said to me in the past. And there are days when I work so hard on myself that I don't let it affect me at all. So insecurities which arise from what somebody has said about you, or how somebody has treated you, or how somebody has mistreated you, they are a fact of life and they will always remain. But you have it in you to control your emotions and to control all of your insecurities.
I mean, you should not live with hate after a point of time, or with disappointment, because insecurities, disappointment, questions, hate, they are only killing you. They're not affecting the other person.
And here's a tip from my side. Like, I was really thinking about how should I convince people to fight their insecurities. And imagine this. Think of your insecurity as that auto driver that you will fight with for 10 rupees. You're like, भैया नहीं, मेरे को जाना है, मतलब जाना है, मैं 50 रुपए में ही जाऊंगी, you know. And the भैया is like, नहीं, मैं आपको नहीं लेके जाऊंगा, नहीं भैया जाना ही पड़ेगा आपको, नहीं भैया मैं नहीं लाऊंगा, नहीं आपको जाना ही पड़ेगा. You know how we just latch on to what we believe in. What we believe is that price of that auto ride. That is the conviction that we need when we are battling with our insecurities. Insecurity is like, no, you're not worth it. You're like, अरे नहीं मैं worth it हूँ यार, अरे मैं आपको बताऊंगा मैं worth it हूँ. So I think that you should channelize the inner Indian in you. You should channelize the inner auto driver warrior in you and just not give up. And with that, we come to the end of this podcast. I hope you liked it. And for those of you who stuck around till the end, I cannot thank you enough. I hope you get rid of all of your insecurities that have been caused by some ex or some breakup and not let it affect you from living your best life. And if you like this podcast, subscribe to How I Dealt With It on Apple and Google Podcasts. You can also subscribe to it on Spotify. You can follow me, Divyani Rattanpal, on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. This podcast is hosted by the Quint, and you can check out their podcast on the big story of the day. It's called The Big Story on Apple, Google, and Spotify. And for those of you guys who enjoyed this podcast and keep writing into me, thank you so much for your messages. They really mean a lot. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's the end of the podcast. But before that, I just want to tell you guys that if you think that you're not worth love, affection, or something great in your life, you are wrong. You are worthy of every damn thing. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of affection. You are worthy of all the great things in life. And do not let your breakup or your bad ex tell you otherwise. Rise above it, and I know that you're going to rock it in life. Okay? Thank you so much, and lots of love and positivity always. Ciao.